Discover the hidden gems and pristine waters of Tennessee's Bill Dance signature lakes. Conveniently located throughout Tennessee, there's a signature lake near you, covering all regions of the volunteer state, all endorsed by the legendary Bill Dance himself. Whether it's a weekend getaway or an extended vacation, create timeless memories at Tennessee's Bill Dance signature lakes. Plan your trip today.
Hey everybody, it's Steve Owens and Sassy Dan, Daniel Davis. We're your tournament directors for the Tennessee Bass Nation Kayak Series. And this is your angler briefing for event number 9. We only got one more event after this of 2026 on Lake Chickamauga. This is our second event of the year. We're hosted by Ray County and Fish Dayton. So be sure to make our check-in tomorrow. We're partnered with the Watts Bar Kayak Bass Fishing Club. They're a cast club, so their rules are the same as ours, except for you must have an orange visibility flag to fish that one. I don't believe they allow the Bubba board, and you've got a hard check-in if you want your cash and winnings. So you got to be inside referees at Dayton at the time Daniel will share with you here in just a little bit. So if you're not in there by time to sign the sign-in sheet, then you forfeit your winnings and prizes associated with that tournament. So Tennessee Bass Nation, we're flexible on our check-ins, but for this one in particular, if you're fishing the Watts Bar, which we encourage you to double dip, and on that one, you'll pay a $7.50 Tourney X and internet fees. And then when you come to awards at referees in Dayton, Tennessee, you'll hand $40 cash to Michael Doherty or Jason Wilson. So if you skip out on that $40, you're banned from the club, and we're going to, paint your name all over town as somebody. But anyway, appreciate you all fishing so far. We've had a really good season. Attendance has went up at a lot of these events at each lake that we've had. We appreciate everybody showing up for Reelfoot. And grateful for the Bill Dance Giant Bass Open Series partnership that we get on these Bill Dance signature lakes across our tournament series. So next we got Old Hickory. Dog Day is the summer. It's hard to find places that fish pretty good that time of year. That one has some pretty good fish in it. You're not going to go catch 30 pounds, just like we're not going to catch 30 pounds this weekend on Chick, but the water's at full pool. Hopefully TVA will give us a little bit of current, but we appreciate all of y'all coming up and showing out here. Don't forget, this is going to get you your Carl Black Chevrolet of Nashville Angler of the Year points, as well as your path to qualify for our August 15th, 16th championship on Del Hollow, hosted by Byrdstown, Pickett County Chamber of Commerce. What you'll get from that championship is the top 10% of that field. We'll get to fish on Lake Murray, October 14, 15, 16 in South Carolina in the Bassmaster Championship. It'll be our first standalone championship in the Bassmaster Kayak Series. At check-in, you're going to see we've got the prizes that we have all year. Seagar order finally came in, so I'm going to have some Seagar fishing line for y'all tomorrow. I'm going to bring 3 spools of 15-pound Invisex, so watch Daniel's hands and make sure he don't walk off with it. There should be 3 on the table for the anglers to grab. Appreciate Daniel. He's had a lot of travel and a long work week, so he's going to be doing the judging tomorrow. So if you got any issues or whatever, give him a shout. If he screws up the fish, it's on him, not me, because I'm going to fish tomorrow. So, but yeah, I'll let Daniel get into everything. Again, we want to thank Carl Black Chevrolet of Nashville for our Angler of the Year prize. Sniper Marine. Don't forget the Sniper Marine contingency money. If you are the biggest bass holder of someone who fills out the form and submits the accurate documentation on the Sniper deal, you can take home an extra $50 from this tournament. So make certain that you click over to Sniper Marine if you've got that poll, and pay attention to what you got to do to get that kind of money there. Appreciate Dugout Bait and Tackle for being able to get us our gift cards this year and help with awards and checks and trophy stuff. So and a big shout out to Spirit Hall. A lot of you do know now that I'm part of that company. And we just absolutely love the trophies that Robert and Greg and them make at the shop. So along with the checks. So yeah, we got a lot of good sponsors this year. We have hopefully some more next year. We're going to ICAST next week, see if we can drum up some of that. So, but big shout out to Shane Frazier and the guys at the Bill Dance Giant Bass Open Series. Get over to Fishing Chaos and look at that monthly online tournament. It's a year-long deal. 1 entry fee you get to fish all year long. You just have to re-register each month to put yourself in that tournament. And it's either weight, length. You can fish from a kayak, bank, or a boat. And you can win. I won $40 last month on some fish I caught in South Carolina. And forgot to upload the one. I forgot to measure the ones that I had in California. Otherwise, I probably would have won $80 there. So check that out on Fishing Chaos. But I'll let Daniel get into the nitty gritty of it, and we'll let y'all fish tomorrow. And y'all be safe above all else. And contact me or Daniel, preferably Daniel, if you got any questions or any concerns. But we'll be out there. We'll be available to hopefully help you if you need anything. So.
Yeah, awesome. Right now we got about 37 anglers signed up. I'm sure a couple will jump in here shortly for that. It's gonna be a hot one tomorrow. However, it's looking like the weather's not gonna be too terrible. Looks like a high of, something like 88 by 2 p.m. Pretty good, pretty high humidity. That's Tennessee for you. Should be a fun event. I think everybody's going to slow down and catch them. You got to really slow down for this event, especially dog days of summer. It's going to be your finessey stuff, but we're looking forward to seeing what kind of big fish. Chick is still one of those lakes where any cast could be a big one. There's been most of the tournaments that we hold, somebody catches a PB, and that can happen for y'all as well. This is one of the two last events as far as to get your potential stake spot set up if you don't get in the top 10 of one of these events. Highly encourage y'all to sign up and join for that. And Carl Black Angler of the Year is going to be $1,000 prize. It's looking pretty sure as far as who's going to potentially take that home. Unless somebody hires a hitman or otherwise. But again, it's going to be a good event. So go through the rules. Your PFD's got to be worn at all times. There is some chance of rain tomorrow. We do allow you to take your PFD off, put your rain jacket on, put your PFD over your rain jacket. While you're on the water, you don't have to go to the bank for that. Just make sure that you're safe, not casting, doing stupid stuff. All Coast Guard rules apply. If you're launching before safe light and you have a motor, you got to make sure that you've got your 360 light, your navigational lights. Your kayak should be registered, follow all state and local laws. Only one motor per kayak is allowed during this competition. You cannot have two motors. Even if you have two on the boat, you only use one. That's still a DQ situation. It's going to be a 5-fish limit, 12-inch minimum. The identifier code should be the same as Watts Bar. It can be written on your hand, written on an identifier. Just make sure it's visible in your picture and it's clear. A lot of us that write it on our hands, make sure your sleeve, sun protection shirts on, make sure it's not covering the identifier. Tennessee's been fantastic. There's been, I think, only a couple of fish this season that have actually been DQ'd for just an issue, but make sure you take multiple pictures of those fish. And I'll do my best to judge them as fast as I can. That way, if you still have it, you may have a correction that gets happened before you release it. But we try to be fast as far as that goes. All catch boards are approved. Yak Attack leaderboard's good. Bubba Bump board's good in our series. Not so good in cast. However, it's going to be angler responsibility to take really, really good pictures. Fish got to be facing left, its belly to your belly. Make sure that tail lays flat. Make sure the mouth is closed. If the mouth is cracked or open, you're going to get a penalty. We try to do our best. Every fish that we, make an edit on, you're going to get a notification of what it was. Check your stringer throughout the day. The last submission deadline is going to be important for y'all on that side of things. Registration closes at 9 p.m. You should already be off the water at this point. And as far as the launch is going to be tomorrow at 5 a.m. Lines in is going to be 6 a.m. Lines out will be 2 p.m. The fish submission deadline is going to be 3 p.m. If you have an issue with submitting your fish, Chick has pretty good service throughout the lake. However, if you have problems with any submissions, you must reach out to me via text, phone call, or otherwise to 423-505-6092 prior to 3 p.m. If it's 301 and you find that a fish got deducted and you had a better submission, I'm sorry, it will not be accepted. You got to reach out to me before that 3 p.m. mark. Awards are going to be at 3:30 p.m. at Referees Sports Bar and Grill in Dayton, Tennessee. We did our local club check-in there probably 8 months ago or so, and it was actually great food, great location. They have cold beverages, so that's going to be a good thing after getting off the water after a hot day. That's going to be at 200 Able Drive, Dayton, Tennessee. If you find the Tractor Supply, you'll know where you're at. Your Tennessee fishing license is required, so make sure that you've got that. We got some people that fish that are probably on the other side of the screen that may have forgot that once or twice, but we won't go too deep in details on that. It's gonna be your best 5 fish, but go out there and catch them. Be safe. Looking forward to seeing y'all at check-in. We'll stream the awards. There's gonna be good food and cold drink for y'all. It'll be scored on TourneyX, of course, but any questions, again, 423-505-6092. I do not have a Facebook profile or anything, so make sure that you log that phone number in your phone. And when you do send me a message, please put your name in there. It's very helpful when you do. Other than that, that's kind of the rules and regulations for tomorrow. I think Cast, I don't know if they're doing the Watts Bar Club is doing a 3 fish or 5 fish limit. Make sure that you follow their captain's meeting. Those guys are pretty communicative on what they need on their side of things. And of course, we're going to do what we can on our side of things. But just have fun and fish tomorrow and hydrate.
Yep, that's all I got. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Like Daniel said, I would say if it does drizzle rain, kind of make sure you clean that your phone screen off and check your pictures before you release them, because if they're gone, they're gone. So appreciate you guys. And don't forget your headlamps in the morning and your identifier cards, PFDs, and your measuring board. So appreciate all y'all, and we'll see you at Referees in Dayton.
See y'all there.
See you.
What matters to you? Commitment, dedication, precision, connection. Catching fish? Good. That matters to us too.